This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of September 4, 2023. The retrospective, introspective, redoing backwards, anyway but forward atmosphere of the last few weeks is very much with us still. But this week, we begin to get some clarity on what all of this retrograde activity has meant for each of us personally. Venus has just stationed direct, ending her review since July 22nd of issues having to do with our own validation and worth and passions. Mercury is in his last full week of retrograde, continuing to light up all kinds of details that we would be well advised to grapple with, reorganize, clean up, fix. And in this particular stretch, cars, phones, licenses, things like that have proven to be really important in a lot of the dramas that have been brewing. The main activity this week is more on the level of our minds, our thoughts, and certainly very much what we're communicating to and hearing from other people. Mercury, the Sun, and expansive Jupiter are doing a nice little dance all week long. A three-part do-si-do that is going to expand our thinking, help us to see, possibly overload us with data and information, and let's be honest, Mercury retrograde glitches that we would be well advised to deal with. Help us gain clarity about what all this has meant for us individually, and then encourage really blowing up, expanding, making huge your concept of what is possible in your life. Resources play a huge role in this. Things that have been developing in your life since mid-May possibly play a role. Jupiter in Taurus, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, and I want more in the incredibly earthy, earthbound, solid, here and now. Give it to me so I can touch it, taste it, consume it, take it to the bank. Jupiter retrogrades at the beginning of the week as it receives a trine from Mercury. This gives a very long fuse and a slow action to the slower and slow sensation that we've been having anyway with Mercury retrograde. And lest we forget, the ruler of time, Saturn, also retrograde. And let's just throw in here a reminder that at this point, everything but Mars and Venus is just barely moving, is retrograde in the sky. So the importance is internal. The importance in the greater scheme of things is internal. Yes, you'll be hearing a lot of news. Yes, a lot of things will be happening out in the world. Yes, very probably all kinds of things will be happening in your own life, but the importance of it all is the impact on your outlook, the impact on your information channels, which are going to be hopping this week, and the impact on your optimism and your basic concept of what is possible for your life. Later in the month, things are going to start to get a little more personally hectic. So consider this week an invitation to take your time, chew things over. If an idea comes, think, how could I make this bigger? And then bigger, and then bigger again, especially if it has to do with your thoughts of yourself. Be indulgent, be expansive, reach for the stars. I think there's a saying, shoot for the stars, you might just hit the moon. Let your thinking stretch. What have you become aware of in the last few weeks? What have you become aware of, particularly since Venus started her retrograde on the 22nd of July? What have you revisited? What have you recalled about your life? What have you reclaimed about your life? What have you remembered about who you used to be? And how are you tidying up your concepts of who you are right now and actually literally right in front of you, your environment and your daily schedule? Time you spend mulling all this over will pay off. Maybe not right now. You're clearing the decks for an awful lot of hectic activity to come. In a way, this week is a gift. I hope you take advantage of it, and I hope you enjoy it. Homing thought of the week, show me more. Song of the week, Take It Easy by the Eagles. And the image of the week is nodding your head in understanding. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the month of September, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host the show Celestial Compass on the first and third Monday of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern on Om Times Radio. And this week, my guest is Catherine Andron, the love astrologer. And we're going to talk about relationships and specifically what the Aries Libra eclipses are bringing to them. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group, the Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I'm on Instagram and Threads at @KABiehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.